A very good morning, children. Welcome back to Standard 5 Social Studies class. Today we are going to begin a new chapter, and the name of the chapter is The Climate of India. As you must be knowing, India is a very big country, and it has a wide range of landforms like mountains, plains, plateaus, and desert. Depending on the landform, the climate of the place also changes. In some places, it may be extremely cold, while some places may have extremely hot climate. Some places get plenty of rainfall and may even get flooded, while some places get little or no rainfall. The lifestyle of the people living in different areas also depends on the climate of that place. So basically in India, depending on these factors, we have three main seasons. And which are these three seasons? These three seasons are summer season, monsoon, and winter season. So today we are going to learn in detail about these three seasons. So let us begin our lesson now. We begin with summer season. Summer in India begins in April and extends up to mid-June. From March onwards, the rays of the sun begin to fall on the Indian subcontinent directly. And as a result, the days they become longer and the nights become shorter. The temperature rises slowly and continuously. And by the time we have June, the extreme heat makes it difficult for the people living in plains to move out of their homes. The schools are closed for 2 months for summer vacation, and in these areas we have hot winds called Lu which blow during the day. In the desert region, dust storms are very common. During the summer season, sometimes in the northern plains we have strong winds and hailstorms. This takes place mainly when dry and moist air they come in contact with each other. This brings some relief from the heat. I am sure you must have enjoyed playing with those small stones, ice stones which fall from the sky. They are called hailstones. They come with these hailstorms. When we have hailstorms, we have hailstones falling from the sky. And children love collecting those stones, ice stones. In the coastal area, the weather is not very hot because of the cool sea breeze blowing in that area. But the humidity is very high because of the moisture in the atmosphere. Hence, coastal areas they have pleasant but humid climate. The climate is humid there. The weather is cool in hilly regions because, as we have already learnt, the temperature falls with increase in altitude or height above the sea level. Many people from plains go to hilly areas like Mussoorie, Nainital, Shimla, Darjeeling, Ooty, Mount Abu, etc. to enjoy the cool weather, to get some relief from the hot summer. The king of fruits, mango, is a special treat of summer season. And many of you love summer season just because of these mangoes, isn't it? Now we move to monsoon, which is also called rainy season. We feel a sense of relief when it rains after the hot summer days. The rainy season starts from coastal regions in June and covers the whole of India by the middle of July. So mostly we have monsoon break in June starting from Kerala, from the coastal region. The winds blow from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal and carry a lot of moisture. The monsoon winds reach the Malabar coast in June, and by the middle of July, the monsoons reach almost every part of our country. In Jharkhand, also in Dhanbad, you must be remembering by the end of June or middle of June, monsoon reaches our place. And almost by the middle of June or by third week of June, we have rainy season. It starts raining. Farmers eagerly wait for the rains as their crops depend on rain. India is basically an agricultural country, and most of the people living here live in villages, and their work is mainly agricultural. I think you have learned this before in some lesson, that India is basically an agricultural country, and in India farming is the major job or major work done by people living in villages. So the farmers, they wait very eagerly for the rains as their crops depend on rain. In some parts of the country, heavy rainfall causes floods, and this happens mainly in the plain area, near in the river basins, in the Ganga basin or in the Brahmaputra basin. So northern India and Assam area, they are flooded in rainy season. Some places receive little rainfall. This leads to drought. Rajasthan and Gujarat get little rainfall, and the area of little rainfall is in Rajasthan, which is the desert area. There we have almost no rainfall. Here you can see the picture of drought where the land has cracked. It is so dry and it has cracked, and the farmers are very unhappy, very sad when they have less rainfall or no rainfall. In the next picture, which is beside it, you can see flood. The river is overflowing. It is full of water, and people are crossing the river using a temporary bridge, a small bridge. Sometimes we have sudden flood. Those are called flash floods, and they are very dangerous also. Now we move to winter. From mid-November to mid-February, the whole of North India is in grip of winter. It has short days and long nights. This is the time when the sun's rays don't strike the region directly because of the movement of the earth. You must have read last year in Motions of the Earth chapter how seasons are caused because of revolution of the earth around the sun. During winter, the weather becomes cool. Heavy snowfall occurs in the Himalayas. The cold winds come from the mountains to the northern plains. Pleasant days and very cold nights are experienced in the desert areas. The desert areas, they have very hot days during summer season, and they have very cold nights during winter. South India experiences very mild winters. We don't need sweaters or woolen clothes in South India. It just have very mild winters. That means temperatures dip very less. Occasional showers bring down the temperature further. So whenever it rains in winters, it becomes even more cold. So sometimes we have rains or showers during winters also, and it gets even colder because of these rain showers. When it becomes very cold, we have cold wave blowing mostly in the northern part of our country. Starting from Punjab, it becomes very cold. Punjab, Haryana, then Delhi area becomes very cold. When we come down Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, we all have very cold winter. So people, they warm themselves using fire. They put wood pieces together and they keep themselves warm. And when we move towards West Bengal, it is not that cold there. Now, who can tell me the reason? Yes, it is because West Bengal is nearer to Bay of Bengal, and they have coastal moderate climate there. It doesn't get very cold in Kolkata and in other coastal areas. Let us recall. Weather is the condition of air surrounding us. Climate is the average weather condition of a place, and it is measured over a longer period of time. The climate of any place depends on various factors. We have learnt about these factors in the previous chapter 8, I think. There are three main seasons in India: summer, monsoon, and winter. Northern India has an extreme type of climate, very hot in summers, and many places experience hot wind called Lu, and very cold in winters, when we have cold wave. The rainy season is very important for agriculture in India. South India, that is coastal regions, experiences a mild climate, a climate which is neither very hot nor very cold, but it is very humid. Now these are some the exercises I put there. I'm not going to take too much time on exercises. I am going to read very fast. You all are in class 5, and I am already spoon feeding you, giving you all the answers, doing everything for you. So you will look at the slides and do the exercises yourself. This time I am not going to read the exercises for you. So here I have put think and answer. I have marked all the correct answers. First one, tick the correct answer. You can see the correct answers are marked. In the second one, we have matched the following. So you will match neatly using numbers as I have done here. Please do not draw lines, match them neatly. Third one is fill in the blanks. I have done that also for you. The answers are given there. You can be happy. And those of you who want to do them themselves, don't look at my answers. Try to do themselves. Try to do them yourselves, and then you can check your answers. That will make you happier, and I will be happy too if you do them yourselves. Last, we have write T for true and F for false statements. Now here I have been telling you again and again that we will not be writing T. We will be writing true and we will be writing false. And I have seen that in class 5 also many of you have written in the semester paper T and F for true and false. And the question was not write to T or F. The question was true or false. So I have not given you marks this time. You all are big enough. You have to pay attention to what the teacher instructs. And I am not happy when children write T or F. You should be writing true or false. And I have been telling it again and again. So I hope you are paying attention and you will not write T and F. You will please write true and false. And whenever we have incorrect statement, I correct them for you so that you gain some extra knowledge. In the exam paper, you need not correct them. You can only write true or false when you get true or false in your any assessment exam or in the semester exam. Just write true or false. Okay. I hope all of you must have enjoyed learning the lesson. Please do the exercises correctly and carefully, and please read the lesson again if you have not understood anything. It is an easy lesson, something which you have been learning since you were in maybe 1 or 2. You have been learning about seasons. So I hope you will definitely enjoy doing this lesson. With this, we come to the end of today's video tutorial. Hope to see you all soon after Puja break. Wish you all a very happy Durga Puja, but don't be careless. You need to be safe. So keep good health, enjoy good health, keep safe, and keep smiling till we meet again after Puja break.